folks. Welcome to the Hire My VA Team and Business Building podcast, where we help you to reclaim your freedom through hiring and thriving with virtual assistants without breaking the bank, your bank. I'm Dave Braun. I'm here with my partner and awesome friend of mine, Larry Broughton.
Hey, Dave.
Larry, how you doing?
Awesome. Welcome
Fantastic.
back.
Yeah, you can see my background's a little bit different here. So I'm up in the mountains, but that's the great thing about working remotely, right?
Man, I know. I was envious when you showed up there today.
Yeah.
Guess where I am? I'm in the forest.
Nanny, nanny, nanny. All right, well, let's get into today's topic. So, Larry, one of the comments that we've heard from people is that, you guys have got a lot of years of experience managing people in different areas, corporate world, non-corporate, business startups and everything. So this is why having virtual assistants and managing them, it works for you because you've got all of that experience. What do you think? Is that right?
Well, listen, we do. It's clear we've got lots of years of experience in managing people in our office, but also remotely. That's absolutely true. You can't deny that. And you're right. We've done it in the corporate space. We've done it in the nonprofit space, in the military. Absolutely. All that's true. But, the great thing about mentors and coaches is that you're not just paying for a program. You're not just paying by the hour. Really what you're getting when you have a coach or a mentor or a program like this is all the years of experience that come with it, all the life lessons, all the failures, all the successes that get to be shared. This program is not just about how to hire a VA. That is easy. I hope you found out by now, if you've scrolled through the whole program, Dave, is that we've got all kinds of stuff, not just how to be successful with a VA, but how to run a successful business, how to be a successful entrepreneur. So there's lots of life lessons there. Dave, you and I are both committed. The number that we've identified is that we want to create 1 million entrepreneurs and leaders who have multi-generational impact on the world. We don't do that just by providing a 2-hour program. We really have to be invested in this. And so your success is very important to us if this is a question or kind of a fear that you might have. So we hold your hand through this. I mentioned it earlier on earlier podcasts that this whole program provides the tools to help you lead. But Dave, you and I have talked about this before. There are a couple of experiences that you had where experience has gotten in the way. Me too, for sure, and I can share that. But you had mentioned a time when your experience actually prevented you from pulling the trigger on a couple of decisions. Is there one that kind of comes to mind for you that might be that might answer this?
Yeah, actually, thanks for reminding me on that. There was my first developer VA, technical VA. I remember he was doing okay to start, but then he started struggling. And the problem with my background coming from the corporate world so when I was in the corporate world and successful for a long time, but our company ended up going into bankruptcy. Yeah. And when you go into bankruptcy, it doesn't happen normally overnight. There's a long, slow descent, right? Right. And part of that descent was that we could not, if somebody left, we could never replace them. So my thinking at the time was that, oh man, I'd rather have 50% of somebody who's not working well than 0% of nothing, right? Yeah. And so, I was stuck. So some of that thinking started carrying over when I was in charge of the business, when I was like, it was only my decision. I didn't have to answer to anybody else. Yeah. And it took me a while to say, wait a second, this is my business. It's nobody else's. I need to do what's right. This is not a charity, for example. And I needed to, make a change. Yeah. So, but it took me like, oh my gosh, I hesitate to say, but that's what we do, right? We're open. It took me like 6 months.
You and I had a conversation in my office in the boardroom about this, right? And sometimes you need to have someone who holds the mirror up and say, is this person helping you get to where you want to go? And it's hard to do that sometimes, but that's a great story, I think, or it's a great example. But this is why one of the elements of this program that I love is the community element, right? That it's not just you and me that our team members are leaning on, but it's other people who are going through the same experience. And, you know, you can go to the forum and say, hey, I'm having this problem. I'm having this fear.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this? And people can chime in. This is what I love about online forums, right? People are going through the same thing that you are. And so you think, okay, I've got this person and they're working at 50% productivity, but it's really draining me emotionally. Sometimes we just need to hear from people say, rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah,
Do it.
absolutely.
You can do better. I think particularly in today's environment, Dave, where there are rock stars that are looking for work. They want to work. They want to be productive.
Yes.
And they're sitting on the sidelines because people aren't giving them a chance, because many people are sticking with the good is good enough, the 50% productive person that you were talking about. So yes, I do think that we do have years of experience, but guess what? We didn't always have years of experience. I remember the first person I ever hired. Dave, you probably do too, right? And we
Yes.
make mistakes. And guess what? Even by you going through this program, maybe the first VA will be a rock star and they'll be a great fit. But statistically speaking, many of you are going to hire a VA and it's not going to work the first time, but we're there for you. We're going to coach you and help you through that, to coach them up or coach them out of your organization.
Yes.
And we're going to do it until we get it right. It's just like hiring anybody. It's not a VA that they actually work in your office. Sometimes you get it right and sometimes not. But by capitalizing on the experience that we've got and that we're going to share with you, we're going to limit the number of misses. Because if you don't have a program like this, if you don't have somebody like Dave and I in your life, you're just going to be swinging blindly. You know, it's like, you know, you put the blindfold on and swinging at that piñata and people pulling it away from you constantly. We're going to help take that blindfold off so that we're going to increase the chances of hits when
Absolutely.
you step up to that piñata.
Yeah, and that's why we've designed the course the way it is so that we have this Thrive portion, which,
that's right,
as you said at the beginning, Larry, that Thrive portion really, in our opinion, my opinion for sure, is the most important, because it's about, you know, long-term and sustainability.
That's how you build legacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's so many things that we talk about in the Thrive portion about that, you know, like trust. How do you establish trust? You know, how do you communicate both positive and negative feedback? How do you do that?
Yeah.
You know, and of course, leadership is such a big topic. How do you lead not only them, but yourself through that? So yeah, like Larry said, sometimes the years of experience can work against you, but other times, these years of experience that we're putting together, that both of us, we work off of each other, play off of each other, and we can hopefully recognize, you know, the issues that you may be having. And we're here to help for sure in our community and our calls that we have, et cetera.
Yeah. Do you want to do the journey by yourself with someone who's never been there before, or do you want the wise sage who's got some gray hair, who's been there before and actually currently doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty easy decision.
I agree with you. With you. Any other thoughts?
No, I think this is great. It's a great question. And I know we hear it all the time. Yeah. But I think it's based more out of fear. I think what they're really saying is, I'm afraid to hire somebody for the first time. I really don't know what to do. Let's be honest. I think that's really what it is. And
anytime you're going to do something the first time, you are generally going to be afraid.
And it's going to be hard. Everything is hard until it gets easy.
Yeah, that's right. Even starting to do this podcast was hard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap that up for this episode. So thank you guys for joining us. Remember, though, that building a team is the best way to reclaim your freedom. We're here to help. Go to HireMyVA.com for more info on our course and community, where even without experience, like we've talked about, you'll learn how to prepare for, hire, and thrive with virtual assistants.
Right.
Larry and I have helped a lot of people. We're here to help you. We love to help folks change their lives and improve their legacy. Just go to HireMyVA.com for more information.
All right, folks, go get them.